Welcome to Tuesday. It's the next day. Welcome to It's a Blissful Day. I'm going to drink to all of those that choose to be kind, happy, and those especially challenging times. The question of the day is, are you being kind to others and especially to yourself? I would maybe just invite everybody to just take a little second and ask every single one of you, are you being kind to yourself today? Have you? I hope some of you answered yes. Maybe some of you answered no. Maybe some of you thought, well, I haven't thought about it. But I think it's a very important question to ask. Today I'm going to tell you a story about Anita Moorjani. And some of you that know me much closer, I've shared this story with a number of people. It's a story that touched me deeply. And when I heard about it, I shared it with a lot of people. What happened to this lady? And hopefully I pronounced her name correctly. So if Anita, you're hearing this, correct me if I'm wrong one day. Excuse me. So the story starts back, I think, in 2004 when Anita started getting sick. And basically, she has a few different kinds of cancer. And you're probably wondering, what? Cancer? Are you going to give me some kind of depressing story? Trust me, stick with the story and you will know why. So she ended up getting the end-stage lymphoma, which is basically cancer of the lymph nodes. And it started spreading, through all over her body. She's not able to walk. Her muscles are disintegrating. She cannot digest any food. She has to be in a wheelchair. She has like a orange size growth on her neck. I mean, she's not in a good shape. She needs everyday care, and she's pretty much aware of what's going on with her, and she's at the end of her life realizing, well, it's time for me to go. There's no escape from this. There's only I have to die, the sooner the better, so I cannot be a obstacle and difficulty to my family and my close ones. So in 2006, Anita enters a coma, and the doctors are telling her husband and the family members, well, this is the time. If you want to say goodbye, please come. And at the same time, Anita is able to leave her body, and she's kind of floating up, and she's able to see her husband holding her hand, being very distressed. She's seeing the doctors putting tubes in her lungs, trying to get rid of the fluids that is congregating over there. She's also able to see her brother, who is jumping on an airplane from India, trying to come and say that, the last goodbye. At the same time, Anita is able to see her deceased dad. And in that instance, she knows it's not her time. It's not her time to go yet. But there's a little question. It's like, I don't want to be sick. It's like, I've been struggling with this sickness. I've been burdens for my family. But at the same second, she's able to realize, like, oh, I'm going to be healed. I need to go back. And I need to do what's left for me on earth to do. So she does that. And she's trying to communicate with her husband. I'm okay. I'll be fine. So within, 2 or 3 weeks, all the little signs of cancer start basically just disappearing. It's one of those miraculous, unknown healing that took place in front of the doctors and the family members. So Anita started, after a while, touring all over the world. She has a book titled Dying to Be Me. I will definitely put it in a YouTube link if some of those are interested to purchase it. And also she has a really cool, awesome TED Talk on YouTube. And I will definitely put a link on YouTube as well. If it's a fantastic story, I just give you a very short version of it. But I think what was really interested to me, how Anita started analyzing her life and what was the light she led so far. And one of the conclusions she's reached is she basically said, I gave cancer to myself. And what she meant by it is the choices that she was making, every day. She was stressed. She was fearful. She was not kind to herself. She was always some kind of form of an anxiety. And she said, the moment I realized that I have a choice, that I had to die in order to learn this lesson, and I had to come back to share with the world that hey, it's not worth it. We have a choice, we have an option, and how important it is to be kind to ourselves. Have you ever thought about a fact why when you're flying and the flight attendants are explaining, through the emergency evacuation, what would have happened if the oxygen mask dropped down? You always have to put it first on yourself, right? The reason for it is why you have to put it on yourself first, not the child, because if you cannot take care of yourself, how are you going to be taking care of, your baby? So I think there's a valid lesson in that, and I think Anita's has been traveling a lot, giving lectures, talks, writing, and speaking in order to share this message with us. So I would personally encourage you to take a little time right now and think how you've been treating yourself today. Have you been kind to yourself? Have you been thinking positive thoughts? Or maybe you're a little bit too hard. In those times, we have a little bit, probably more time. Maybe there's a time for a little reflection. Take a moment, each morning and say, hey, it's like, I'm alive. I can make my choices. And there's this really cool exercise that we do usually after yoga practice, when you bring your knees up to your chest and you squeeze yourself. And this is the moment before you go into Shavasana, and you say a lot of times the yogi that's teaching the class would say, hey, it's like, this is the time to say thank you. So I would encourage you today to maybe start a little practice routine. It's like, even right now, say, your body is giving you so much. It takes you from room to room. It can heal itself. It can do a lot of things for us. So say thanks and realize how awesome you are. So I'll talk to you tomorrow, guys. Thanks for listening. And if you like, subscribe.